Hey, what's good, everyone? I just wanted to go ahead and do a quick video after I just got done for the gym. I am now 14 weeks out from contest day. So, it's a lot happening now, beginning to really tighten up the training and the nutrition. So I just wanted to come up and give y'all an update on some of the progress. But today, not just about the progress, but how are you going to make your progress? What are you going to do to make sure you get the progress that you need? Now, for me, 14 weeks out, beginning to tighten up the diet a little bit more. At 52, I can't be waiting until about 8 weeks out thinking I'm going to go ahead and drop a ton of body fat and all of a sudden do a bunch of cardio to really get stripped down. Thankfully, for the entire year, my abs pretty much stayed within view. Now they're pretty much, they're etched in there even when I'm relaxed. So that's definitely a good sign. My steps are close to, I'll say anywhere between 8 to 10,000 on days I'm not working out. Definitely hit 10,000 on my workout days. That's when I'm closer to about 8,000. So I want to go ahead and start bumping those up a little bit more to be a consistent right at about 10,000. Now, the other thing that excited me, I started a new phase. So this hypertrophy phase of training that I'm in, I'm definitely excited about that. I love my routine. I truly love my routine. I love hitting the gym. And while I only have probably 2 weeks where I'm really going at it hard, like kind of more, some heavy duty style. But today, even just starting back, coming out of kind of just a bit of a deload last week, it felt really good to now have that focus, knowing that for the next 5 weeks, I'm going to be hitting it. And so combine that going through my hypertrophy phases for training, where I'm just really focusing on muscle growth. It's not about strength really at all. Of course, you want to get stronger, but that's not the main goal. I'm really focused on maximizing, we'll just say, my muscular size in the midst of bringing calories down, especially the closer that we get to the contest. That training becomes more important. And so the good part about that is when I start my new routine, I'm just extra excited about it. Had the Dorian Yates in the ear today, a little bit of Ronnie Coleman kind of getting me going. That certainly helped. And so that motivation is getting there, even though I'm stopping about 3 reps short of failure. But the training was definitely getting harder. And I like that. I even had some Mike Tyson going through my ears today. And he made a comment, something about, the key to discipline is really falling in love with the thing that you hate to do. Now, I don't hate to lift, but I know a lot of you do. I know a lot of you probably hate to get into the gym. A lot of you probably hate to go ahead and eat right, whatever it is. But if you really want to hit your goals, you need to fall in love with the thing that you hate to do. Now, so to go back, here we are, 14 weeks out, and it is more important that I focus on measurement. And that's really the main point I want to make in this video to you. Measuring your progress. It is important that you hit your macros, and it's important that you hit your gym dates, okay? What I mean by that is, just did a video yesterday. I'll probably go ahead and maybe link up. You'll see it on one of these boxes when the video is done, talking to my boy Derek about organization. Everything that he does, he's organized about. Now, but I certainly am that way when it comes to my training and to with my nutrition. So when we're talking about measurement, and this is something I'm going to even start telling some of my clients as well, I want you to really focus on dialing it in 27 days out of a 30-day month. All right? That is going to pretty much get you to where you need to be. Now, I'm not talking about the person that's just kind of working out just to go ahead and stay kind of fit. And, I just like doing this, some of these and some of these. No, I'm talking about the person that you're coming in and you're like, I want to lose 30, 40, 50 pounds. Or maybe you want to gain, 10, 20 pounds of lean body mass. I'm talking to you because it's going to take some work to get there. And most people just always underestimate the amount of time it's going to take them to get them to where they want to be. So, can you get it together 27 days out of 30? Now, for my engineering and my math people out there, you already figured it out. We're talking about 90% of the time. 90% of a month, can you hit your macros? Or are you the type that hits them 50 and 60% of the time? You pat yourself on the back, but then you wonder perhaps why you aren't necessarily getting to where you want to be or why it's taking so long. If you really think about when we gain weight, when we're putting on weight, for many people, especially if they're having a long extended period of a calorie surplus, they do it nearly every day. They hitting it at about 90%. But yet we think that we're going to be able to lose it with only a 50% or 60% real adherence rate. So what I want you to do as we get ready to start thinking about this upcoming month, as we're at the end of this month, we're moving towards that. I want you to now start taking your training and your nutrition, and I want you to put them in monthly buckets. And I want you to don't analyze just 1 week. Now, and we all measure by 1 week. I report to my coach based on 1 week. We all do 1 week, and you should in order to monitor progress. Don't get me wrong. But what I want you to do is collectively look at an entire month, because when you put a bunch of months together, that's really when you see the trend. Weekly, y'all know I talk about my cold beer and cheeseburgers. I love getting my peanut butter and jelly bacon double cheeseburger with an Oreo shake and some fries. Oh, I just had to pause on that one. I love that. But I also know that type of binge day, that is going to require 2, maybe 3 days before my weight comes down. So when you have that type of binging, and think about what that does to you now over an entire month where you're trying to get things together. I don't want to say it's a wasted week, but it almost feels that way, because a week that I could have been making progress, I'm actually undoing what just really will say an hour of enjoyment. And it is good. It is good. I had to pause again on that one. I'm undoing a week of progress that I could have been making just to try to catch back up to where I was at. So think of a 30-day time period, and then try to hit your macros and your gym appointments, hit them at 90%. Now, for some of you, that's pretty tough. For some of you, it's like, I'm a 100% person, and that's great too. But I think 90%, because 90%, I think, gets people to the results that they want. That's the main thing. 90% gets them there. But I think even if they fall a little short, at 80 or 85%, they'll still get to the destination about on time. Maybe we could say this is the, kind of the difference in doing 65 miles per hour going somewhere and 70 or 75 going somewhere. By and large, you're still going to get there pretty quickly. I think the difficult part is people have the expectations that they're getting to a destination as if they're traveling on a highway when they're really taking a side street. So they're hitting stoplight after stoplight, waiting on folks to turn, all of those things. And then it's like, I can't believe why this is taking me an hour to get to where I want to go. Well, because you started and decided to take the long way to get there. Get on the expressway, deal with the fools there, but it'll at least get you to where you want to go a lot faster. And when you measure those 30 days, how can you hit that 90%? How can you get to that point? Now, this leads us to the workout as well. Do you skip gym days? Why do you skip gym days? Most of us have a schedule that we pretty much know, my target audience, I'm looking for men that are over 44 that are trying to live like a black prospector seeking gold within themselves. So why are you skipping gym days when you probably have an idea? We should be spending time Saturday or Sunday figuring out what the next week's schedule is going to be like. So really, there's no way we should wake up that morning and be like, am I going to the gym today? Maybe, am I going to the gym tomorrow? We should already have pretty much an idea of whether we go into the gym or not by the beginning of the week, looking at how our schedule is laid out. Can I go to the gym today? Or is it going to fit for this week? All right. Yep. So I'm going to be there Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And now something has to have a reason to break that appointment that you already have with yourself, instead of the other way around. We make appointments for other people, other things, just doing whatever. And then we want to somehow think the gym is going to have a reason to bump off those prior appointments, especially if you're the type of person that don't want to go there in the first place. So, big thing, don't skip your gym days either. Hit your gym days at 90%. I'm not even going into effort. I'm not even going into the program portion of it. I just want you to focus on getting there. 90% for the month. 90% for the month. Give yourself 90% for the month. That's an A for my teachers out there. So why not? We strive to get A's in a lot of academic areas and useless degrees in life. But can you give an A to yourself and to your own effort? This is why I love bodybuilding, weightlifting so much. I've played baseball all my life. Playing and being familiar with team sports, great. But the main thing that I love about bodybuilding, or why I fell in love, I think, with lifting weights, is that it didn't matter what anyone else is doing. My biggest stress is, can I get the machine that I want to use at the gym? Or why is somebody curling in the squat rack? That's the only time I really have to worry about other people. Or let's be honest, when folks on the whole conversations and you trying to get it in. But otherwise, when it's time and game day, I live and I die based on my efforts, not off of anyone else's. For my people who play baseball, you know how it is. I play center field. You're out there playing center, and here it is. This person, bam, there's a hit, goes over your head. It goes all the way to the fence, and you are determined to gun out that game-winning run at the plate. And you go ahead and you give one of those throws that actually knocks you off your feet, making the perfect throw to the cutoff man. You hit your cutoff man right there, bam, in the face, where they're able to turn and gun it to the plate. And they sail it over, if you play in a high school or somewhere, they sail it over the backstop. They end up throwing it over halfway between the first baseline. They throw it along the first baseline. The catcher has to run and go get it. Run scores. You did your part. But yet, winning and losing ended up depending on someone else. It's not that way in this fitness game. And so because it's not, if you aren't hitting your 90%, that's your fault. Nobody else's fault. It's not your girl's fault because she cook all this good food. It's not your kids' fault because they got you all busy. No, it's your fault. It is. Own it. Please own it. Just go ahead and own it. And so once you start taking ownership and you realize that whether you win or whether you lose in terms of getting to your goals, it's your fault. And it's your responsibility to get there. So now it's your responsibility to get to 90%. And again, why 90? Just in summary, over that month, on a week-to-week basis, your weight is going to fluctuate. But when you look together at a string of 4 weeks, now you have a trend, and now you can measure where this trend is going, and do my macros need to change? Do I need more calories, less calories, etc.? Because why do I know what I need or not? Because you've been following the plan. If you have not been following the plan and you only adhere 50 to 60% of the time, then how do you really know whether the plan works or not? You don't. You have no clue. You have no idea. And it's the same with the workout. If you work out, and I'm guilty of this over the years, if 1 minute you're doing, some Mike Mincer heavy duty, Dorian Yates type of routine, then the next minute you're doing some high volume Fred Hatfield, old Arnold Schwarzenegger, Joe Weider special from the 70s and 80s, and I found out Ronnie Coleman did 10 sets of 10 on the leg press, and then I'm gonna do some Charles Poliquin this time, or we'll take some new people. If I'm doing some Christian Thibodeau now, some Paul Carter, then let me try some Mike Israetel. And sometimes we do workouts the way we almost order foods at a different restaurant. Every time we go, we look on the menu and see what's different. How do you then measure what really works and what really doesn't work? So again, that month gives you a set of data points that you can now look at and say, all right, I know what I need to tweak because I've been hitting right what I meant to measure. And so I can adjust accordingly. However, if you aren't doing that, then you don't really know whether you should be eating more, whether you should be eating less. Should you be working out more? Should you be walking more? You don't know because the effort and the adherence is only halfway there. So with that, get out there, 90%. Next month, 90%. That's your target, 90% for 30 days. And then we'll adjust accordingly after that. All right. So if you found the video to be helpful, like, subscribe, pass it on, of course. Leave your comments below, maybe if you have some keys and some secrets that may work for you, that may help some of the other people reading. Because look, dads, we older now. And so when you look at the amount of time, the window of opportunity that you have, I've done videos on TRT, etc. The windows of opportunity that we have to really still, let's just say, we'll say grow, or we'll say become physically or optimally best, still, you can still do it in your 60s. Hey, my coach is still doing his thing in his 60s. But you know what? It's so a lot different when you're in your late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, even early 30s trying to get it done. And you know what I'm talking about. So why waste time? Don't waste time. Go ahead, get it done. 90%. If you want it bad enough, you'll do it. Take ownership for it and make it happen. Like and subscribe to the video. I appreciate y'all joining me. 14 weeks to go. Follow me on this journey and on this progress, and let's see what the end result tends to be. Feeling kind of good today. About to finish up with my post-workout meal here. Some overnight oats. Good, and a lot of carbs, very little fat, good amount of protein, good macro to have as a post-workout meal. And when my training is really heavy, I actually have this as my pre-workout meal. But since I'm starting the phase, I'm still stopping some reps short of failure. I didn't really need a whole lot of, food in me or energy in me to make it through the workout. So we're going to have this post-workout. And I'm going to finish this and get it done. You get done whatever you need to get done today. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.